Hello, everybody. Welcome to your Medicine of Life podcast, episode number 2, 2022. And today I'm here again with a dear friend and amazing astrologer, Robert Green. We'll be sharing with you about the Astro podcast, about the full moon in Cancer, which is appearing on Monday. I'm really excited for this full moon. It's a beautiful, beautiful start of this new year. Hope you enjoy your new moon journey. Hope you're out well and safe, and hope you had some healing time for yourself. Can't wait to see what it's out there for us now in this full moon. So thank you so much for coming, all of you, and witnessing our beautiful podcast. And also let us know your thoughts, and remembering to subscribe to our channel. It's always a beautiful gift to us that we can do more for you, to share more from our hearts. And now I will be welcoming Robert Green to join us. Hi, Robert.
Thanks, Miska. Great to be here again. We have now the full moon in Cancer, which traditionally was often called the wolf moon, or the old moon, or the ice moon. I think traditional indigenous cultures noticed that wolves would be howling on this moon, particularly because it was cold and they were hungry. So yeah, it's that deep winter time. And the full moon in Capricorn is about connecting to our inner world. So it's the perfect time of year to go within and really connect with our inner nature, our vulnerability. Cancer is in its home sign. The moon is in Cancer, which is its home sign. So the moon works really beautifully and powerfully from the sign of Cancer. It's kind of really checking in with ourselves. It's our deepest relationship with ourselves, I think, when the moon is in Cancer. It brings up things around our family, our past, our deepest relationships with friends, lovers, especially parents and children. It's very important moon for our emotional well-being to look at that now, and what's important for us in order to feel emotionally well and feel secure. It's important that we're kind of honest about if we're feeling vulnerable and what things make us feel unstable or unsure or worried, to really tune into those things. They're very private. They're all about us, but we need to tune into that. And it affects our deepest personal relationships. It brings out our insecurities and vulnerability. It can be seen as a gift or a curse, but it's very much how do we see it at this time? If one is vulnerable and feeling insecure, that can be a gift, but we might not see it that way. We might see it as a curse. So that's a flavor of what this full moon is about. And then we have
bells are ringing. That's very interesting.
Yeah, there's some bells ringing. I think there's somebody at my door. So I think I'm not going to answer it at the moment. Yeah.
At the moment. So there may be bells ringing in this full moon time for us to have some opportunity to look at things a little deeper, isn't it, as well? So I feel as a kind of like a part of our show.
Yes.
Like, hey, who is in the shelf? Can you come out for a moment?
Someone wants me to come out of my home shell at the moment, but I'm actually needing to just be in it for a while. So it can be a time to withdraw a little and really connect with ourselves. Of course, the sun is in the opposite sign of Capricorn, and there's a lot going on in the sign of Capricorn because the sun is conjunct with Pluto. So this brings around a kind of polarization with the outer reality, the outer world. So it's a great opportunity to see how our inner world and how we're connecting with ourselves, how we feel about ourselves, and how that then manifests the outer world. What's going on there with the outer world and the inner world? Because really they're part of the same thing. So this is a great opportunity to see how our inner and outer worlds connect, and what the relationship is about how we feel about ourselves and what our experience is then in the outer world. And there's a direct correlation. So the moment with the Pluto and the Sun, they're opposing the Moon in Cancer. This could bring up things in the outer world to do with struggles, power struggles within relationship, but also within the society we live in, because Capricorn represents the structures within our society. So I think we all probably can see in our society there are certain struggles at the moment, and this will give us a great chance to look at how are we doing with that, you know, and what's the reflection about how I'm feeling about myself and how I deal with the struggles in the outer world. So it really is an opportunity to look at that. So struggles within your own personal relationships and your family and your loved ones, and then the struggles that we perceive to be out there in the outer world within the society in which we're a part of. Of course, taking that time to reflect, to see what's going on for us. And then it gives us the chance to, with Pluto, is all about release and transformation. So it's likely that we can gain insights to how we connect with ourselves personally and what's going on. And then it's all about emotional health and well-being for ourselves. So we may get insights in how we might relate, or how we are relating to the struggles in the outer world, and how it's affecting us, our emotional health. And if there are things which are causing us to not feel well emotionally, we may get chance insights to notice them and release them. And we can possibly gain more emotional health. And in terms of how we relate to the outer world, begin to relate in a more healthy way, which is probably not only good for us, but good for others too.
Yeah, so it's amazing how much this full moon is going to bring, or offering us to look at, you know. It's coming from the inside out, you know, coming from the shelf, coming out for a moment as well, checking in the environment, you know, because it also, we are in a time of hibernation, also big change in the world happening, the humanity going through such a big shift. And it's all about not denying things, but also bringing greatest awareness and going outside of the shelf and say, okay, what do I really want? What do I need? What I can, you know, how can I live healthy and with my wisdom? What can I offer to the world? What can I offer to myself? Isn't it? And it's like the moon is increasing the energy. So usually on the full moon it will be increased, not only the positive, right, but also the negative. So it's a great opportunity to look at also the shadow self. And, you know, as we talk about in each new moon and full moon podcast, and doing it in each ceremony to heal the shadow, heal what it's on. But it is in this time as well, again, it's going to be really strong because it's also the first full moon. And it's coming to the springs, you know, as well. So it's like, let's clear up our pathways. Let's clear up our inner world, that we can see the outer world a little bit differently, and that we can be available for these changes, you know, and also be more resilient. And I also feel like creating, like, because it is connected to Cancerian energy, and it's like connecting to the family, the love, the care, but also how, you know, to create our inner support, inner, like, yeah, where is my family? Okay, we do have our family all around us. We were born somewhere, we have our siblings, if yes or not. Maybe some people do lose their families physically. So how to create an inner feeling of being loved, being cared for, you know, having that family, and what is actually maybe mean for somebody a family, you know. So I do really feel that the Cancerian energy brings these emotions up as well. you know, and especially at the moment, you know, there is a lot of maybe also separation out in the world happening. There are families trying to figure out what's the best for the members, and some people feel excluded, some people feel included, you know, with the situation we are all in. So it's all about like how we can bring balance back, how we can feel home, how we can, you know, have inner family feelings within as well. So it's a really deep full moon, I feel, connected to emotions and family, inside environment, outside environment as well. Yeah, so thank you so much for sharing that. What else is out there in the stars for us?
Well, the asteroid Juno also is joining with the Sun and Pluto in opposition to the Moon. So Juno represents committed partnerships that we've entered into in a really sort of committed way. So that's things like marriage, business partnerships and things like that. So again, it's going to bring up for us one, how are we feeling emotionally within these committed partnerships that we've decided to enter into, and what is there anything that's blocking us from you know, being healthy? It brings up the shadow, I guess, in these types of relationships to look at. Pluto will always bring up that which is not being seen, or is not wanting to be seen so easily. So it can be uncomfortable. Again, it's this self-reflection that is powerful, I think, and that's where the wisdom can be gained. It's possible with Pluto that it can just bring up power struggles if it's negativity. But if one is to really deeply reflect and very honestly understand what you need for your emotional health, then it can actually create deeper bonds within these relationships, and things which may be blocking can be cleared away.
That's wonderful. Another second important task of this full moon, isn't it? Reflecting what is there blocking me from stepping forward. Also, you know, starting the new project of this year as well. And maybe also seeing where the blockages are within me, why I cannot move forward, what it's kind of stopping me as well. And yeah, relationship with others. That's a beautiful way of clearing the path before the spring. Because in fact, this is only a calendar year of New Year, and the spring really bringing the new beginning. So we still have some time before the spring comes out to clean up our garden and prepare it for the new seeds to grow. Wonderful, thank you.
Yeah, so there's an interest in, we've got the old Saturn square Uranus. It's been around for a long time, which I said at the last new moon is coming towards an end now, but it's still with us for a little while longer. It's separating away, and when something like this is separating, actually the most powerful time, because it's its last chance, its last ability to try and show us what's going on here. So Mercury joins the Saturn-Uranus square, and Mercury is all about communication, connection, and information. So Saturn is conjunct to Saturn, and then the square is with Uranus. So Mercury there is working with Saturn in traditional ways of thinking, what we've understood so far and what we've gleaned from the past. Uranus with Mercury wants to bring us new information and new ideas. So the difficulty here is the integration of what we current thinking from the past. And of course, thinking often leads to belief. That we believe, because we've been thinking in a certain way for quite a while, and we believe that, or we tend to. Uranus is going to come along and present for us lots and lots of new information. Now, it suggests that new information is going to be challenging, that we need to keep our minds open and flexible, and then try to integrate the old thinking and beliefs with this new information, which is currently coming in. So yeah, being open to debate, not being rigid about what your current thinking is being open to new information that may change your belief. That can be a great thing. That, of course, if we're very attached to our beliefs, this could be very challenging for us. So again, there could be that it's necessary to have a little bit of humility for this current one, and to go, maybe I don't know everything, and if I can be open to new information, actually I can experience more freedom, and and maybe to not be too hung up on what even the new information is too, because that will become old information, and new information will be coming. So
and become the limitation again. So in fact, yes, it's a good point there. I feel that's a number 3 very important topic this full moon. It's all about what we do with the whole old hard drive. You know, I always say in my medicine work, let's clean up also the inner hard drive. You know, that's why we do healing work, and in the specific work I am offering, it's called the illumination and clearing up the cellular memories and DNA. So it's a great opportunity to actually go and see someone who can help you with releasing some old memories, you know, or some really beautiful medicinal plants or meditations, because we need to make space. You know, we've been like living this greatest opportunity as a Homo luminous, and we are channeling enormous energy from the stars, and we are in a portal right now as well. And it's important to let go of the old information and to make a space for new ones to come, and for your own intuition to, again, adjust it to the frequency we are receiving. And it's all about believing ourselves, what we are receiving, believing the truth, believing, you know, our inner heart, inner brain, you know, I would say. And just following the heart, you know, as well, and assess for yourself, is this good for me, is this not? So it's like about healthy boundaries as well. I feel there is so much in the communication level this full moon about, as you mentioned, you know, but I feel like if we don't clear up the hard drive, it's full and can create you know, further down blockages and discomfort. For the new informations to come, we do need to have a clear space to receive it, and also to receive it from the heart, and then to even have an assessment from your heart about that information. And also it's all about practicing non-attachment, and it's practicing letting go, that you don't store again new information, as you mentioned too, and get blocked again, and, you know, being very rigid and not be open, not to be, you know, like, again, welcoming the inner child, you know, being so like, oh wow, I never knew this, oh that's interesting, you know, just kind of be open to the new, and especially right now as well, but be wise and follow the heart, I would say. So yeah, thank you so much. That was our number 3 point. And is there anything else we can share with our listeners today who watch us today? Is there anything?
Yeah, there's a couple of other things. Mars is making a square aspect to Neptune. So what's happening here is that Neptune is attempting to spiritualize our desire nature. This can be tricky. Now, the kind of things that would work well during this time are charitable work, acts of kindness. It's almost sacrificing one's desires and trying to align them for the greater good. So this is kind of very much a masterful kind of way to try and live, I guess. There's a lot of high ideals in the Mars Neptune combination. Now, if you are very stuck on manifesting your desire in quite a rigid way, it could be difficult. That Neptune can then bring disappointment, distress, difficulty. It's giving the opportunity to Mars is in Sagittarius, Neptune is in Pisces. So Mars is very idealistic in Sagittarius and very fiery and very passionate. But what Neptune is trying to do is to soften that and bring that passion and that idealism into a much more empathic, what is good for all, and bringing in the knowledge that everything is connected. So what are your desires? And in terms of, if everything is connected, your desires will have an effect on the world and everything and everyone in it. So that's probably something to think about. I also think that this aspect requires some humility as well, and maybe for us to examine what we truly want in terms of the greater good. So it's quite a high aspect, but if you can raise your vibration, I think it can be really wonderful. For those who are a bit stuck, it can be a distressing time when they find things difficult or things are not working for them. So it's also, Neptune is in Pisces is kind of asking us to let go of our ego a bit and look around us a bit more and connect in with, in this case, connecting with the universe, and then allow Neptune to transform our desires. So yeah, quite a tricky aspect, I think, but yeah, humility, I think, keyword.
It's beautiful interlinking with the whole theme this full moon, and it's the number 4 topic, which is super powerful. As you said, what's your intention, why you are here, in fact, how you're gonna serve. You know, I feel it need to come from the place of service and be selfless sometimes as well. So it's a nice way to ask what I am bringing forward this lifetime, what my tools, my gifts can be, how can I be in service, and to who, you know, as well. And also with the Pisces energy is about rising again into a higher consciousness, into intuition, connecting with the divine, connecting with something which is bigger than us, and kind of merging into that space. And in fact, one of my clients said yesterday, she was very, very sick, almost died. And she said, Todd helped me to turn to belief, to God, to Great Spirit. And I started praying, you know, she learned how to pray and make ritual for herself. And like she felt that it came from the heart. It didn't came from the mind, you know, it didn't came from the ego, but it came really from the heart. And she was also asking for health and healing for herself, and also for her daughter to be born healthy and well as well, and her family to be looking after. So it is kind of an aspect of doing things, not only thinking of self, but also coming from the heart and connecting with the divine. You know, praying, so learning the way of prayers and the rituals and connecting with the higher intuition this time. Thank you so much. And is there anything else before we wrapped up?
Yeah, quickly, Neptune is making a lovely aspect to the moon at this full moon. So this is really kind of enhances the inner nature of this Cancer moon, Neptune in Pisces. So inspiration through the inner connection. So I felt very much this was possible, that if you are the kind of person who tunes in with nature, meditation, yoga, inner guidance, all those kind of things are very well aspected, nature, art, music, a real increase in the ability for heightened emotional connection. So it's like Neptune is attempting to spiritualize our inner connection, which is really wonderful to have that Neptune coming in on that level. So it's kind of like that inner guidance, I feel, is really available strongly at this moon. And one small thing, Venus making an aspect, very positive aspect to Uranus. So again, this brings in, it stimulates us around relationships and values, and questions our relationship to money and possessions. New ideas and possibilities with the relationships and money and possessions. So, and that kind of wraps it up.
Oh, beautiful. So we
got more bells.
We get more bells in the beginning and in the end. I love that. Look at this.
Yeah.
So we feel like the number 5 and number 6 kind of topic is to stay inspired, create, be creative, dance, go out for walks, you know, keep your vibration high, start singing. Whatever feels the creativity comes through for you. It's just perfect. And also love aspect, you know, I love the positivity of Venus turning this direction, and it's bringing brightness to love, to relationships, to magic and sweetness and beauty, connecting with the feminine energy. Even if you are a man listening right now, there is a gift for you with the Venus magic, and also for you, all the beautiful women out there. So thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We look like we have a very busy day today and full of bells. Maybe. We are on demand because I also have to go very, very soon. But I was very happy to connect with you today from near but far away and same time. And thank you so much for your wisdom and bringing that intuition through your Astro podcasting today. And all of you who were listening today as well, you can join us for further work with us. Very welcome one-to-one sessions privately with myself and also with Robert. And also on Monday, there is a full moon ritual and healing journey happening, and it's all in the link below as well on the medicineoflight.cz website. And also remember, subscribe to our channel that we can also share some live with you, podcasting and many, many other beautiful inspirations. And where we can find you, Robert, directly to your web.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook on Orion Astrology.
Orion Astrology.
Thanks.
Really wonderful. Yeah. Wishing you all glorious, glorious full moon. Be safe out there. May it be filled with love, beauty, and magic from us here to your heart. And more bells.
Yay.
Thank you, thank you.
Thanks, bye everybody.
So much love.